Hello.
Heyo.
Hello, everybody.
You're supposed to say it like I do. You should say hi.
Hi. Well, it's episode 123. It's the Sesame Street episode of Sports and Spaghetti. And on today's episode, we have for one of the very first times, a fan-submitted recipe that we're going to try. Okay? It is going to be delicious. I know it is. I cooked it. And the best part about it, it was ready in under 45 minutes.
Beautiful.
Because when I texted Anthony this evening, it was 6:30, and I said, dude, I haven't even started dinner yet. And here we are at 7:30 p.m. as we record this. And you could tell that it's not 9:30 because I'm not miserable.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, fact.
We're not falling asleep here.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not. I haven't just almost fallen asleep in bed with my daughter. But anyway, yes, being that it's 123 episodes of Sports and Spaghetti, happy Sesame Street.
Uno, dos, tres.
I don't know. I don't know. It's like the preschool episode. How are you, Anthony?
I'm okay.
You're a man of very few words so far today.
I know. I am, as you can hear, most likely I'm getting over some illness. But we good. We rocking and rolling. Fever broke. I haven't been coughing. It's been a good time. Yeah.
He got the vid.
Yeah, no, I've had the vid like thrice.
Everybody's got the vid in the berry.
We're on a Panthers. It was a victory Monday.
Yes,
it was a good time.
It sure was. We'll have to talk a little bit about the Panthers because boy, did they put up a good showing. We'll talk about the Panthers in the NFL. We'll talk about baseball. It's all kind of coming together right now, and sports is starting to ramp back up.
Yeah, this is when it gets fun.
Yeah.
Start of October gets super fun, and then we got NHL,
NHL, NBA, NFL.
yeah,
Peeking around the corner.
And soccer.
yeah, soccer. It's all coming back into the main sports seasons, and that's really fun. All right, today we have a dish and a recipe submitted by one of my coworkers who is also a listener, and we'll call her Mrs. Mary, because I'm not going to out her like that. But her name is Mary, and she's a dear coworker of mine on my team, and she is also Italian. Okay, her married name is not Italian. In fact, it's very the opposite of Italian. It's very Irish, but she is Italian by birth. And so she knows how to make good Italian food. And she's one of those people who, now she's got two kids, they're both older. One's out of school and one is in college. So older kids. And she's really good at making a meal out of like what you have. And so I said to her, Mary, what do I make for the podcast tonight? I have sausage. I have a little bit of sausage left over from this weekend. I made pizza at my parents'. And I've got pasta. She goes, you're going to make my sausage penne. And she sent me the recipe, which I will put up. I promise that I'll put it up. It's on an email. It's really easy. I don't have to create it. Just have to drag it over. It's really not a Nikki try stuff. I mean, it's a new dinner, I guess, that you've never had before.
New style.
I'm not sure my status on sausage, to be honest.
This is spicy Italian sausage.
I genuinely don't think I've had sausage, unless you guys made me.
You never had Italian sausage?
Not unless you guys made me.
I mean, it's possible.
I don't think I did.
Oh. Well, Nikki's going to try Italian sausage. Now, I think this is the right sausage for him to try. I don't think sweet Italian sausage would be a good entry point for him.
No, the fennel would just send him off.
Now, there is a little bit of fennel in this, but it's almost undetectable because it has the red pepper in it. It's a much yummier sausage, in my opinion.
It is my favorite.
Than
were you?
I like chorizo.
The only time you might have tried it was on the chicken scarp episode. I don't remember if you were full time then.
I don't remember.
Oh, that was at my
I
house.
don't
Yeah.
recall a chicken.
Boy,
star.
was that hot stuff.
I know, it was good.
I don't think I tried that.
I want to make it again, but better.
There was a way you said you could make it that was slightly different from how you made it.
Yeah, you just don't do as much vinegar pepper juice. That'll take the spice down.
Boy, was a sweater.
It was good though.
So I tweaked this ever so slightly, and I'll explain it after we eat it. Let's plate it, let's taste it, and we'll give our reviews. All right, we're back with our sausage penne. Okay. So, well, what'd you guys think?
Excelente. It's not something I would choose over normal pasta. However, it was one of the better things I've tried on this podcast.
Thank you.
That's what I would say about it.
Thank Mary. Honestly.
Yeah. It was a great call, Mrs. Mary.
All right, I'm going to go, I'm not going to rate it. I'm going to say it's very good. I am a big sausage guy when I go out. I'm a big broccoli
Yeah,
Rob sausage.
you love big
all
sausage?
That. I do, no pause. Straight to the gullet.
All right. now.
This is something I would order out. It was very good. It was a great recipe. Chris, I think you zhuzhed it up perfectly.
I use an arrabbiata sauce instead of just a regular marinara, which means it's just a little bit spicier. It's not going to knock you out with spicy, because I don't like particularly being knocked out at dinner, especially when it's the only real meal I get to eat most days, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. It's the only hot meal I eat. And so I don't want it to be ruined by too much heat, unless of course I'm eating like wings. Then then I'm fine with however hot it is. But I want that to be flavorful, and it was. Now, one thing I would love to change, and there was no way I was going to do it this time, but I did not go by the recipe with the amount of sausage. I only had I had like 3/4 of a pound left, and Mary said to use at least a pound. So if it were up to me, and I'm sure Anthony, there would be more sausage in it. And I would like sausage in every bite of it myself, and it's just about that, but not quite. But this is a prime dinner. This is a really good one that I'm going to keep making.
Yeah, no, it's
When I'm allowed to.
definitely added to the rotation.
Yeah.
Yeah, this would be for me and add it to the rotation, because, again, and I give Mary all the credit. Yeah, I executed it right, but it's not my recipe, and it's very straightforward. Nick could make this. It's very easy. All right, thank you, Mary. And Nick, what is your score?
Oh, I'm going to give it a solid 8.4.
Oh, my.
I'm right in that vein. I went 8.6.
Yeah. Yeah, it's 8.5 for me. So we know what the average is.
It is an 8.5.
Yeah. Yeah.
On par with the shrimp crostini.
Oh, my God. How is that? Oh, it's because...
Nikki sandbagged it. But he doesn't like shrimp.
He doesn't
so I
like
can't-
shrimp, so that was an incredible score from him. Because when I think of these two things, I could eat one with the other.
Yeah.
But that crostini was a 35 out of 10.
Thank you.
In fact, I want it again. That was so good. If you didn't listen to the episode where Anthony made the shrimp crostini, what episode was that with?
That was episode 118.
Go back 5 episodes and watch that to hear me just go off on it for like 20 minutes. It was so good. And this was also really good. Anybody can make this. It's really easy, and it's very safe. And I must also say, again, Anthony is not a bad cook. He makes very bold food choices. And that there has to be somebody on this podcast who makes safe things, who does adventurous things, and somebody who supplies us with exotic food from restaurants. And makes really good biscuits. That was also one of the greatest moments of the year.
Biscuit was a 9.43.
Yeah, rightfully so. And I feel like both of the things I just talked about could be in the running for a year-end award.
I'm so excited for the end of year
in
awards.
December, which is just 3 short months away.
What was that
It's
called?
insane.
This like spaghettis.
I think it's just Sports and Spaghetti Awards.
The Sports and Spaghetti Awards.
Now we gotta come up with like a Emmys, the spaghettis or
The spaghetti.
The Spaggies.
the spaggies.
Spaggy.
The
So,
sporgies.
But yes, very nice. It was yummy. It was my dinner. Okay, well, let's move on. So, Anthony, it's in lieu of a game today,
Okay.
and I admittedly had no time to conjure up it in no particular order for this week, and that's okay. I'm excusing myself.
I wish you told me. I would have came up with a game.
No, we are going to play one of our favorite new things
Yes.
to do on this podcast, which is
Panic Button.
Panic Button.
All right, if you missed it last week, it's the same. I'm going to give Nikki and Chris 4 different NFL situations, and they're going to tell me how likely they are to hit the panic button.
Now, the reason why we're doing NFL is because it's the season. We're talking about baseball because it's too late to panic in baseball unless you're the Mets.
I love it.
Yanks are in. But football is the only season of the 3 that are starting that is underway, and definitely 3 games in, there's some panic setting into a lot of different teams,
Absolutely.
organizations, and players. So without further ado, go ahead, Anthony. Let's
All
hear
right.
the first one. Nick, you'll go first on this one because I wasn't in the loop. I'll
Yes.
have to.
Okay, so our
Formulate.
first scenario is Brian Dable and the Giants. He's switching to Jackson Dart after an 0-3 start. This reeks of desperation and the last hope of keeping his job. I think Jackson Dart, being the quarterback, finally gets rid of the Brian Dable doesn't have his quarterback. So let's see if he can do it. Nikki, are you hitting the panic button?
Oh, the panic button's already pressed. I'm sorry to break it to the Giants fans, but I don't think Jackson Dart is gonna make a difference. It's also very Russell Wilson-like to throw for 450 yards, then get benched 9 days later. Wow. He threw for 39 yards and like 2 interceptions. I actually had him in fantasy that week. I still won. Yeah, the Giants are doomed. I don't even consider it a panic because it's already been a panic.
That's my opinion. It was, and I talked to one of my coworkers about Dable last week, and I asked him where he was at, and he said every year he says, I'm not even going to worry about it this season. I'm just going to watch. I don't even care. But then every week 1, he's like, no, I get excited. I'm like, no, we can win this game. We can win. It doesn't matter who we play. And then it doesn't happen. Here's what I think. I think Brian Dable already knows he's on his way out. I truthfully think he knows that this is either his last season or he's only got a few weeks or a week left. I think he's using Jackson Dart as an attempt to save his job.
That is correct. It's his last hope.
And I think the Chargers are going to destroy him.
I agree.
I think the Chargers are going to thump him. No offense whatsoever to Jackson Dart. He's being put into a position that he doesn't really need to be in. He's behind a really bad team.
Now, the Jackson Dart issue, I think, is a lot of the times. No, I saw this with the Panthers. However many times when they brought in, Kyle Allen when he was there, and then Baker, and then Darnold, and then Bridgewater, and it was like just this whole big mess of quarterbacks. I will never understand bringing a quarterback in when you know you're going to change regimes. Like, the writing was pretty much on the wall for Brian Dable, so them bringing in Jackson Dart didn't really make much sense because you figure if he gets fired, and most likely will be getting fired this season, he's out. What if their new head coach just can't stand Jackson Dart? He hated him in the draft process. He doesn't think he's a good quarterback. Now you're in a Josh Rosen situation where, yes, Josh Rosen was a bust. We know this, but now you're in a Rosen situation where you're forced to either deal your first-year quarterback or second-year quarterback and start over, or you just deal with somebody you never wanted in the first place. So I think it's a very bad spot for the Giants organization. And I'll say it again that I think that the worst thing to happen to that organization is when they went on the road and they beat the Vikings in the playoffs, because that gave them so much hope, and nothing turned out of it.
Since this inception of the podcast, almost 3 years ago,
That's been
we've been saying
I've
this.
lived and died by that.
Let's not forget that this team also got rid of Saquon Barkley and Daniel Jones.
And
now they have to watch them.
now we're
be
seeing
two of the best players. in the league.
Daniel Jones show what kind of a quarterback he can be.
I mean, like, the guy he has like 5-6 seconds to throw the ball every single time. Like,
It's not like he's bad.
No, that
and
Colt-
he's got a great team in
that
front of him.
Colts O-line's insane.
They are, but he's also good,
Yeah, he's playing very well.
which is really a testament to how bad the Giants are.
Yeah.
I know a change of scenery is good sometimes, but this has been a 3-week consistent show being put on.
You know, the problem with the Giants, too, is they always wanted to make the sexy pick in the draft. It was, you're picking at 3. You can take Saquon, who is a generational running back, or they could have went and taken Quentin Nelson. And Quentin Nelson is at this point, pretty much a Hall of Fame guard. Guy is the best guard in the league for a while.
But
He would have
people don't
anchored that.
even hear about him, but that doesn't matter.
No, because it's not the sexy pick.
Because
That's the thing, is you
but-
build up your offensive line, and then you could throw anybody back there.
Right, you could have Russ back there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If he's not a chucker.
Hell,
every play.
Eli could have stayed another 2-3 years and played until he was in his 40s,
Yeah.
because it was hard for him to throw when he was on the ground. Like, that was... I don't know.
And they crucified him at the end of his career, and it's just the team in front of him is not doing their job. They're
Yeah.
not doing a good enough job. So the panic button has long been pressed for the Giants for me, and I know Nikki. And, oh boy, it is fun to watch. I'll tell you that.
It is nice.
As a very neutral fan, it is so fun.
As a non-neutral fan, it's even more fun to watch. Okay, so next one, we're going to keep it in the NFC East. The Dallas Cowboys, they traded Micah Parsons, which I think was the correct decision because they didn't want to bring him back. But, man, the rest of that defense is an absolute sieve. Their offense is pretty tough, especially now that CeeDee Lamb is hurt for the next couple weeks.
I know.
Is this a full-on rebuild? Do we stay middling? What's the deal? Are you panicking on the Cowboys?
Me?
Go
There you
ahead.
go. I think this is a medium panic.
That was a good one.
Medium right turn, double caution, triple caution, Samir, you're breaking the code. Shut up. I think the panic is medium for the Cowboys. I'm really happy that CeeDee Lamb is not severely injured. I think that it was a high ankle.
Yeah, it's like 3
I
weeks or
think they said
something.
low. Like it was like super low or something.
Oh, I thought.
I think low ankle's better anyway.
High ankle
exactly.
sprain.
Oh, it was. No. It was, but the doctor or something said it's like the lowest high ankle sprain they've ever seen or something like that.
Okay, well that's good.
Yes.
So I think that. Look, before this season started, I don't know anybody that thought this team was good. And you thought they were good?
I did.
Oh, well, they're not. And so, for me, again, I think it's a similar situation to the Giants where they're not as bad a team as the Giants. Let's not get carried away. But I think there's panic. There is panic. And I think there has been for some Cowboys fans. I know my wife's family is a big Cowboys fans, most of them. Isn't that shocking? Isn't that really surprising that they're Cowboys fans? They gotta love America's team, of course. So they thought the team was bad from the get-go, and I agree with that. Very panic, medium panic.
I'm almost on the same wavelength. I'm like lightly touching the button.
Gently caressing the button.
I am. I actually still believe in this team. I believe in Dak. I believe in CG. I don't believe in this defense though. I think they could genuinely be 3-0 right now, but really they could be 2-1. They should have beat the Eagles in the first game, and their showing against the Eagles tells me that they have the potential. They just need to get the final piece of the puzzle. I think the pieces are there. They're just missing one thing.
You got that one thing.
So my thing with the Cowboys is...
he knows. He's a directioner over there, so he knows.
My thing with the Cowboys is they have a lot of cap space, which you wouldn't think they did after all these massive contracts they signed. But if you look at realistically who is actually like signed, Dak Prescott's making $50 million this year, which is insane. Absolutely insane. Terrence Steele is at 18, CeeDee Lamb is at 15, Trayvon Diggs is at 12, and then nobody else is really doing anything. They have a lot of they're very Yankees-like, where they have their stars at the top that are making a lot of money, and then they have nobodies underneath where it's like, oh, maybe this guy will be good. Like, oh, maybe George Pickens will be good. No, George Pickens is slamming his helmet on the sideline week 3. I traded him off my fantasy team already because I was like, this is not going to end well. I got rid of him. So I think that they can do a lot of things right. They're just not doing these things right. Yeah. They're not addressing the weaknesses. I mean, Jerry Jones came out and said that, yeah, you know, we traded a guy like Micah Parsons, and this team has holes. I'm paraphrasing, obviously, but it's like this team has holes on defense, and we could use, you know, one of the picks we got from Micah to go get a defensive player. And it's like, dude, are you serious? That's like the Family Guy skit where it was like, you could either have a boat or what's in the mystery box. And he's like, oh, I can have a boat, or the mystery box could be anything, even a boat. It's like, oh, that's literally what it's like. It's like, oh, this could be a Pro Bowl player, or you could have the Pro Bowl player, but I'm going to take the mystery box. It's like, you know, they've drafted decently, but again, they don't do anything that really sticks out for me. I think if I'm in the position I'm in with an aging roster, I'm going to be hitting the panic button.
Okay.
All right, so let's move it over to the AFC North for this next one. The 1-2, same record as the Panthers, by the way. Baltimore Ravens. Despite playing well, I only
have a few sentences on this.
Despite playing well, this team is 1-2. Is this a team that is actually okay and they've just had some tough breaks, or are their expectations killing them?
I would like to say one thing.
Okay.
Last year, we found ourselves in the same situation.
Yes, we did, Nick.
And it brought out quite an argument about the power rankings and the best team isn't the first place team.
I know.
And this and that. And I have a feeling that we will find ourselves in the same position at the end of the year as we did last year with the Ravens.
I don't think that they might not lose another game, to be honest with you.
You think so?
Yeah, agreed.
I'm not worried. I might also add, I'm not worried about the Panthers as of last week. That was a disgustingly good win. That had to feel good. But I'm not worried about the Ravens. Personally, I'm not worried about the Ravens.
The only thing that scares me with the Ravens is their O-line looked horrendous against Detroit. They gave up I think it was like 8 sacks.
Yeah.
And, you know, Derrick Henry has fumbled in 3 straight games.
Yeah, see, that's an issue. And Lamar Jackson said something to him as the clock expired. He was clearly disgruntled with him. And when you have a player of that caliber, Anthony and Nick, as Derrick Henry, 3 fumbles in 3 games is absolutely out of the question.
Yeah,
1 fumble.
You can't.
3 games
I mean,
especially
after the streak he had with Tennessee where he just didn't fumble. I think there's been a role reversal in this season where I think that a team like the Bills previously, where Josh Allen had to do absolutely everything, he couldn't rely on his defense, he couldn't rely on his run game. Now he can, and Lamar Jackson, who could rely on his defense and could rely on his run game, now he has to do everything. I mean, if you watch that game Monday night against the Lions, he was doing every single thing he could. He was running for his life 95% of that game. And I mean, he was making good throws, but I think I wouldn't say I'm touching the panic button yet. I would probably be dusting off the rag and cleaning the top case.
Okay.
I'm not even looking at the panic button.
If they lose 2 more games in a row, then I'm panicked.
Well, that's the thing is they play the Chiefs
and that's
next.
what we said last year.
They should absolutely flatten the Chiefs.
They should.
They should steamroll that team.
They should.
And so again, that's why I'm not panicking yet. Now, if they lose to the Chiefs, there's going to be a little bit of opening of cases.
That's the thing is either the Chiefs or the Ravens are going to be 1-3, and that's not. I mean, statistically speaking, that's probably pretty hard to make the playoffs at 1-3.
Yeah.
Their mistakes are very fixable.
I agree.
They're going to get it together. I like that they're arguing on the sideline. That shows they care. That shows they want to fix it and they have passion.
And that they know they're better.
Yeah. I'd rather see that than a team that doesn't care.
I like that.
Like what the Texans look like, honestly.
Yes.
All right, so my next one, we have 5 this one because we're not doing baseball. My next one is we're staying in the AFC North, and this is not necessarily a team nor a player, but this is this player's career. Are you hitting the panic button on Joe Burrow's career?
Wow.
He's looking at this point like Andrew Luck 2.0. Is there some point where he has to draw the line with the Bengals and be like, guys, something has to change?
If that O-line remains the same, his career will end. That is really all there is to it. I'm not panicked on him as a player, but if he stays behind that O-line, he's going to die.
I think everybody on planet Earth would agree with that, including Joe Burrow. It's a disservice to the quality of quarterback he is that he has to be behind that line.
Yeah, I mean, he's amazing, even with that O-line.
He's an elite quarterback. An elite quarterback in this league.
Now, I think if there's any team that asks, or any player that asks for a trade in this offseason, I think it's Joe Burrow. And they can get a haul for him. There's going to be a couple teams that would be interested, obviously, but you have to look where they're allocating their money. I mean, they have so much money tied up in Joe Burrow himself, alongside, T. Higgins is making a lot of money for a wide receiver 2. Jamar Chase is making an unbelievable amount of money for a wide receiver 1. And, they have guys like Trey Hendrickson where he's demanding, $30 million a year as an edge rusher. Yeah, he's effective, but, you have nothing when it comes to your offensive line. There's no protection. I can't see money being tied up in skill positions when you have a porous offensive line like that. Who even
is their best O lineman?
I think
if you can't rattle it off,
I'm trying to think. I think Zeus Brown is still there, but I don't know if he's starting.
The point I wanted to make was if you can't rattle it off, which you do so many times, that says a lot. And that's why I said that. Because there's nobody. There's nobody on that O-line.
It's Zeus Brown, Dylan Fairchild, Ted Karras, Dalton Risner, and Amarius Mims.
Like who? Who is that? Those people are protecting Joe Burrow, and that is a problem.
I'd also like to say that Jake Browning is the worst quarterback I've ever seen play football.
You've said that a couple times.
Well, I didn't say it on the podcast. I said it in our group chat.
Oh, the look of dejection as he walked off the field.
They will not win a game until Joe Burrow comes back. Let it be known.
He's not good.
I think this whole Burrow incident can benefit Cleveland because they can kind of... they're a good team that's not necessarily going to pick in the top 10, but Burrow goes down. Look at what Dallas did when Romo went down, and they were throwing out Kellen Moore as the quarterback, and then they were able to draft Zeke, and then they got Dak that same draft. This could be one of those scenarios where, hey, we're picking in the top 5 just because we were hurt, and now they can end up getting a Francis Mauigoa from Miami, who's a beast of an offensive lineman. It's like one of those scenarios.
You shouldn't have caught me.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
You know that.
All right, so my last panic meter. Oh, are we hitting the panic meter? I'm sorry.
on Burrow's
his
career.
On Burrow's career.
A little. Yeah, I'm hitting the panic button. The way it's going, I'm panicked.
I'm hovered.
I'm panicking.
I'm hovered.
It's a firm, like it's not a. It's just a.
Not because we don't know what it's gonna look like. Once the trade deadline comes around.
Yeah, but he's still going to come back this season and play behind those same people.
No, but my thinking, because honestly, I traded away Jamar Chase, and I'm thinking about just dropping Burrow. If they're not in playoff position, they might not even play him for the rest of the year.
I think it's smart.
That would be very smart because it's a liability.
It's an investment that they have to make, and again,
protect your assets.
Yeah,
honestly.
All right, so my last one here. Before I announce him, you know what? I will announce it, but we will talk after I finish my spiel. So it's Coleridge Stroud the fourth, C.J. Stroud. He doesn't even get his nickname at this point. He's 0-3, 64% completion percentage, 599 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. This guy is bad. He's being exposed. There's only so much you can do if you're CJ Stroud. I do get that. But I am going to take my flowers here because this was the situation that Bryce Young was in when everybody called him a bust. And I said, guys, he has no supporting cast. There's nobody around him. He's doing his best. Now Bryce Young is in the exact same position, or CJ Stroud is in the exact same position, and everybody is freaking out.
So are you panicking?
If I'm the Texans organization on C.J. Stroud, on him, probably not yet.
I'm not panicking on him yet because he has a terrible offensive line still. We talked about it last week. They didn't make a good... They made one move over the offseason.
And they just cut him.
Right. Yep.
Not because of play on the field, because he was a pain in the butt in the locker room.
And so... Now they have no differences in their team, essentially, except guys leaving. And so he has no help. But, like you said, Bryce Young was able to take those few weeks off in a very... That was like a fever dream.
That was bad.
Having Mr. Dalton throw the football. That was a fever dream of last season, was it not?
They beat the Raiders.
That was the season they were supposed to go on an 8-game winning streak or something.
Well, listen, he came back. He came back, and the team sucked, but he didn't.
It's true.
And he has not sucked this season. He has not sucked this season. And they just had a huge win, did the Panthers. So I agree with you this time. If Bryce Young with that team, which is slowly going to start to get better, C.J. Stroud's got to get better. He has to make improvements. And it's easy to say, oh, well, his numbers aren't the same as his rookie year. Well, it's a different team in front of him.
I can't sit here and say he's bad like you just did. That's a crazy statement. But he was overhyped after his rookie year. The team sucks right now. They're missing Tank Dell. They just got Christian Kirk back. Their O-line sucks. They made no offseason moves, like you said. I'm not panicked.
Not yet.
And I will say I still don't like the Bryce Young comparison because I don't think C.J. Stroud has been as bad. His lows have been as low as Bryce Young's lows.
I can agree. But aside from his rookie year, I think that he's had more lows than Bryce.
Yeah,
I think Bryce has been.
That's fine.
I think Bryce has been mid more. I think C.J. Stroud has been elite far more than Bryce has, but he's also been far worse than Bryce has. But again, if you
switch the teams they were on.
Exactly. If you switch the teams again, I think C.J. Stroud looks like the rookie year C.J. Stroud, and I think Bryce Young looks like rookie year Bryce Young. It has a lot to do with supporting cast.
Yeah.
Very good, Anthony. That's always fun. We're going to make this a regular segment. Before we talk about some hockey, and we'll touch on baseball for a minute, I had to say two things, okay? We need to get a couple things off of my chest. I've been wanting to tell somebody in this room this for the last few days. And so, Nick, we went to the football game, Nick.
What football game?
Nick, look at me.
I'm looking.
We went to the football game
Yes.
for WestCon on Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
And we got a text from Mom
Okay.
saying, great job, guys.
Huh.
Guys. Meaning Anthony and me.
Insane,
job, Anthony.
Insane,
I'm proud of
brother.
you.
I have to tell you, though.
Wait, before you say this, when actually I won't. I can't say it. Well, you can cut it if you need to. When there's someone worse on air, it makes you sound better.
He wasn't even on the mic though. We had him muted.
It's like a duff. You know what I mean?
It is a duff. Oh man,
It makes you more
Pity
listenable.
party.
it is a pity.
She'd rather listen to you than others.
The alternative.
Red flag.
No, that's not where I'm going with this. First of all, I think we sounded great, Nick. I think Anthony and
No,
I
I know.
sounded great.
I think that was one of our better games.
But no, it was the best Anthony has ever sounded in his career. Okay,
Are you serious?
I need to tell somebody that. I need to tell the world that because and I need to say it on the air. There was a moment in the third quarter, and the game was they were winning by a lot in the third quarter. But Anthony, I don't remember exactly what he said, but it was like Greg Olson talking. It was so good. It was so tasty and delicious. And I got goosebumps when he was talking. It was during I forget what he said, but I got goosebumps. And I was like so amped to call the next play. Like to come out of what he had said. It was spectacular.
Thank you, man.
Oh my God, we sounded so good.
Great job. Man.
It was
Thanks,
so
guys.
good. He was so on it. And I learned what a full house is in the backfield on offense when there's a running back to the right and the left of the quarterback in the shotgun formation. A full house. And so we had that as kind of like a running joke the whole game. I would say, oh, they're in the full house. And now I recognize that. And I know trips. And I know that play that Gonzalez used to run that new short stubby guy does.
The motion and it's a read with a ball. Yeah.
Boy, is he is such an asset on the football games. He might
appreciate
suck
it,
at
man.
hockey next month. But,
We don't know.
Next order of business. If anybody out there was confused, if anybody out there had any questions regarding this matter, take note. Me and Anthony are calling the hockey games for WestCon. I just want to put that out there. I'm going to put it in black and white. Anthony and I are the hockey broadcasters. That's all there is to say about that.
Listen, man, one thing about it, too, football-wise, is you especially, but I think I don't want to pat my own shoulder, pat myself in the back. We've worked we've worked really hard for this.
Yeah.
It's not something we were handed. We worked really hard.
Yeah.
No offense to the guys before us, but Chris and I really pulled WXCI's broadcast out of the dirt.
We did. We absolutely did.
And again, I don't like listening to myself, so I've never listened to one of my own broadcasts. But I do. We're better than a lot of the D1 ones out there, and that's really all I have to say. And I hate sounding like
We're
this.
better than some of the professional ones. It's okay.
I hate sounding like this because I don't like sounding arrogant. But
We're not being arrogant.
We are good at what we do, and we deserve this. And I'm glad that it wasn't taken away for a stupid reason.
Right. And now the thing is, but we listen and dissect so many broadcasts that we say what we say with a very neutral point of view on it. It's like, generally speaking, our broadcast and people, and Pat has said this and others, they just sound better because we really have worked hard for it. And this podcast sounds good because we work hard on it, and we've done it for a long time. You too. I mean, from your first episode to your 80th that you've done now, it's like, we all talk weekly. It's the same reason why people ask me why my team at work is so strong, and it's because we talk every day. Mm-hmm. Nick's over here all weekend and yesterday and Monday picking your brain about trades.
Yeah.
Like, that's so cool. Like, we talk all week. It's not like we don't talk and then suddenly we're here. You know,
It used to be like that.
Not anymore.
But we're more of a team now.
We're a great team now. No, we are.
A family.
Yes, this is the Sports and Spag fam.
We are literally family. But
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, he's Uncle Doctor.
Yeah.
Kind of close. Yeah.
Sabrina asked me today. I said, I'm making this for Nikki and Uncle Doctor. And she goes, is Uncle Doctor a doctor? I said, no. I said, what is his name? And she goes, Anthony. I said, Anthony is Uncle Dr. Shrimp Puerto Rico. That is Uncle.
And she will always be the high princess. The high priestess Gabagool.
All right, enough of the mushy stuff. So the NHL preseason is back, and in true preseason form, this is only going to be a brief stint here. The Wild had to go and blow it in overtime against the Stars. Of course. I was like, really?
Preseason, regular season, postseason, it doesn't matter.
And thank you for saying that, because my one point I want to make is that all these Islander fans are freaking out. They got the doors blown off of them by the Devils yesterday. The ever-loving doors blown off of them 6-2. They had 9 shots on goal until the last 2 minutes of the third. You know what, though? If you look at the rosters, the Devils played their veterans. Jacob Markstrom gave up a goal on the first shot he faced. And the Islanders played an entire lineup of AHL and OHL and WHL and college players. An entire roster, except for Cizikas and Romanov. They played the entire minor league roster. And so they played a great game against the Devils starters. And I'm not criticizing the Devils for playing their starters whatsoever.
Yeah.
Each team does their own thing in the preseason. That's why the preseason is fun for me.
Yeah, there's teams where they need to get the young guys looks, right. And there's teams where you got a lot of old guys.
The Islanders are a team who has a lot of young guys that are going to be fighting for spots on the roster. There's going to be injuries. This is not a contending team. It's okay. This is a team that needs to play young guys. Callum Ritchie scored a goal on the power play yesterday. He may make the roster. He had a goal and an assist. That's a huge game from him. That is the right people scored last night for the Islanders. Already optioned Keyshawn Aitchison to the OHL, which was determined already. He played 2 preseason games. He's a big hitter. He's not ready. They knew that. They plan on sending him back. He's back. So why Islander fans are hitting the panic button already, to harken back to our last segment, is beyond me. I don't care if they lose 6-2 in the first 2 games of the regular season. Nobody should be panicking.
I have to agree.
Nobody!
I have to agree.
I agree as well. However, the Lightning look good.
They do. They do look good. And it's, again, I said it about the Islanders. The Islanders looked good yesterday, despite the score. The players played their hearts out, and everybody wants to play hard. Same with Tampa. Even the Wild, the players want to play hard.
Wild didn't play. I mean, the only names I know out of this were Vinny, Hinostroza, Cal Pedersen, Carson Lambos, Danila Yurov, Liam Ogren.
Cal Pedersen looked very good. Very sturdy in net.
Yeah.
Very sturdy in the goal. Made a number of very good saves, so he'll be a great backup this year.
And then you look at who Dallas played. Robo, Sagan, Duchesne, Rantanen, Heiskanen, Harley.
Exactly.
The fact that the AHL guys, Otter played the whole game.
Yep.
The fact that they took it to overtime is huge. Is huge.
So
AHL and OHL guys scored on. Ben Gleason and David Jiricek scored on.
That's what you want. That you don't want the Bens scoring, Duchesne. You want those younger guys to get a taste for the net. And so, one of the other reasons why I love the preseason, it's a lot of fun.
It is.
It's fun to watch those young guys. It's fun to watch them struggle, as the Isles guys did it when I watched the whole game yesterday. It was fun. It was exciting to watch the future of the team. It really was, and and for so many of these teams, that's what they're staring down. So the panic is stupid. It doesn't matter if you go 0-6 in the preseason. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
That's correct.
I'm ready to hit some GGs.
I just wanted to throw. We've really been ripping today, so. We're ripping through this, so I just wanted to bring up one baseball topic, if we may, guys.
Of course.
So there's a week left in the regular season, and the Mets are one. I don't know what they're doing tonight.
I think they're. I know the Reds are losing.
But the Mets are
0-0 top 2.
The Mets are on the brink
And
of missing the playoffs.
The Yankees are winning, and Toronto is losing.
The Mets are on the brink of missing the playoffs. I think they'll get in. But the Yankees are one game out
of the AL
East.
There has been no team better than the Yankees in I believe the last month or month and a half of the season.
Yep, the only time they sucked was the day we watched them play in that whole series against Boston. That was the only, and I'm so skewed because I'm always like, they're not that good, and I'm watching the highlights every game, and I'm watching the games every game.
Go ahead. Sorry.
And I'm like, this team sucked when we watched them.
Like, these guys are
All
actually
I got
really
out of it was
good
a
now.
stupid bobblehead. Actually, it's an awesome bobblehead. But no, this team is not a joke.
No.
Caballero.
Dude. And it's like, I mean, I'm watching, and we were very tough on them, but I said it months ago. I want to find the actual day where I said it. I'm going to look it up. Where I said this team is going to F around and win the AL East.
You did. It was a few months. It was probably at some point in June. And they've had so many stretches this year where they've rattled off 8 wins in 10 games. And this is a testament to how long of a season it really is, where a lot of those blemishes get covered up. If this team wins the AL East, nobody's going to think about what they did in May.
So I said it August 30th was one of the last times I said it. I said, Yankees are going to F and win the East, aren't they? But again, this team, it's my text delete after 90 days, so I don't have them. But this is a team where it was like they were boom or bust. Their pitching was horrible. Now it's like, oh no, they can score on wild pitches and hit and runs and a little bloop single in the center field. Oh, and also Judge is going to hit 3-run home runs and Stanton's going to hit the ball 500 feet. And it's like, oh, this team is well rounded. And the playoffs. I don't want to talk about playoffs yet, but they are shaping up favorable. Very, very favorable.
I think they're shaping up better than the Dodgers right now.
The Yankees have a better record than the Dodgers.
I know.
That brings up what I wanted to say.
You did call that.
Not only that, we were right with 3 predictions from the beginning of the year.
Were we?
The White Sox won't be as bad as they were last year. The Rockies won't be second to worst.
I wasn't here for these.
You weren't. This is
yes,
one of the days
you
you
were.
missed.
No, I wasn't.
No, he wasn't. He missed it.
Oh.
He was off that episode.
That's right.
I was away.
And the Dodgers,
You were away.
Yeah.
And the Dodgers won't be the best team in the league.
Oh. Hey, that Rockies prediction that was not what I meant.
They don't need to know that.
But they are not the second worst team. They are the worst team. And for that reason, I am correct in that prediction. Yeah, all 3. Yeah, the Dodgers. And Nick has even said to us, he said to us all throughout this season and before your time off, he said, this team is not, there's so many things that can go wrong. This team is not going to run away with everything. And they haven't.
Might not even win the division.
Exactly.
San Diego's pushing them.
And so, yes, the Yankees are set up very favorably. A lot of teams are. I'm excited to watch the Cubs in the postseason. I'm really excited to watch this team. I'm a Cubs guy. I'm not a Cubs hater ever. I was so rooting for them to win the World Series when they won it.
I was at
9 years ago.
That was my freshman year in college.
Before we ever met.
That was before we met, yeah.
Now I remember the day after they won, I had the WXCI Sports Report, and I played "Go Cubs, Go," and I sang it. I sang it just like that on the air. Good times.
It was a good time. I'll never forget my XCI notebook. I came in with like 4 pages of notes.
And I was like, no.
And you were like, look who you're sitting next to. Just talk. And I was like, okay.
That's right. Grammys Grinders of the Week. Nicholas.
Oh, I have a very exciting one. I'm actually very happy about this one and excited for it. If you give me one second.
Yeah, keep going.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
All right, this man has 54 completions on 99.
I thought he was going to.
Where is your... I need the episode so I could... Go. Oh.
54 completions on 99 attempts
I just
for
need to be able to read
506 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interceptions, and a 71 QB rating. It is Cam Ward of the Tennessee Titans. He shut up all the haters,
Well done.
all the doubters, including Anthony. He has made like 3 terrible throws that everyone said he should have never made. And guess what? He made them happen. He executed them. Across his body, into the end zone, whatever you want to say. And he put it right where it needed to be. Calvin Ridley sucks. I don't care. And this guy's been sacked. He's been sacked 15 times in 3 games. And that doesn't even account for all the sacks he's avoided. And if I can quickly pull up the pass protection ratings through week 2. I don't have it through week 3 as of yet. But the highest score possible is a 100. The Titans had a 5. That is what Cam Ward is doing for this team. He's my Grammys grinder.
I like it. Listen, a year ago I would not have eaten my words and I would not have said you were right, but I was wrong and you were right. It's big of me.
Isaiah Rodgers of the Minnesota Vikings had an 87-yard interception return for a touchdown, a 66-yard fumble return for a touchdown, also forced the fumble. Starting there, he's the only player to have an interception return touchdown, a fumble return touchdown, and a fumble forced since forced fumbles became a stat in 1999.
And guess who started the Vikings defense this week?
Anthony Barberry.
They put up 67 points.
That is ridiculous.
In our league. They are the 4th highest scoring player ever in the history of that league.
In ESPN.
They what?
It was 36 for ESPN.
Which is
normal.
Astonishingly high.
Yes.
Yes, and the whole Vikings defense, but specifically Mr. Rodgers.
And that goes
I do not mean Aaron.
And that goes into Jake Browning being the worst quarterback you've ever seen.
Yes.
He couldn't have done it against any other team.
All right, so I have 2 Grammys grinders. I have a professional, and then I have one that's homegrown for us. My professional one, I'll get through it quick. It's Trey Tucker, 8 receptions, 145 yards, 3 touchdowns. Guy is a dog, an absolute dog. Chris, I think, stashed him last year as his keeper or not a keeper, as like a late round guy in our fantasy league, and then ended up dropping him because he didn't get the snaps. He's getting the snaps this year. He has a quarterback this year, so he's really doing some good work. And then my homegrown, we'll say, Grammys grinder is he comes from a long line of very, very, very good special teams players. And this is Westcon kicker.
Give it to him.
Marcial do Amaral.
Yes, Marcial Joe Amaral.
And he was the Landmark Conference Football Specialist of the Week.
Deservedly so. We talked about him.
Yeah, he hit a field goal of 25 and 18 yards, and 25 yards and 18 yards, and then he hit all 7 extra points. The 25-yard kick was the first field goal attempt for his career. Yeah. And this guy, I believe he's a true freshman. I think he's from.
He sure looks like a true
from
freshman.
Danbury as well. Look at this guy's legs. We love him.
Oh my God.
From Danbury as well. But I mean, this is a guy where he has to follow in the footsteps of Anthony Weidman, who had to follow in the footsteps of Jordan D'Onofrio, who had to follow in the footsteps of Mike Killorn. So he is already doing that position justice. Marcial, we wish you nothing but the best.
Yeah, he's making his way up the points charts.
I thought you were going to say the Panthers kicker, because I almost made him my grinder too.
Ryan Fitzgerald.
Whoever does their kicks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are revolutionizing special teams.
I was going to talk about that if we talked about the Panthers.
Insane. We'll talk about it next week.
All right, well, do this.
Bye, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. See you on next time.
Thanks, Sabrina. This was a lot of fun
That
today.
was a good one.
Follow us on Instagram at Sports and Spaghetti Pod and on TikTok at Sports and Spag Pod. Thanks for watching episode 123. Make this. This is really good. Oh! We forgot a piece of important business.
We did.
Oh my goodness, and I have it. And I have it right here. The Jolly Rancher word of the week.
We really made them wait it out for this one.
Yeah.
You know it's on TikTok too now.
Yeah.
It's been much better for the kids. Listen, I do what I can. They love it. They eat that up. Okay, the Jolly Rancher word of the week. This is a very scary word. Okay? This is a very scary word to some because they don't know how to pronounce it, all of them. So I'm going to test them. Okay, this word is defined as something that tricks your brain into seeing something different. Okay? A brain teaser, if I may. The word starts with the letter I. A brain teaser. If you show up at my desk with that word next week, you will get a Jolly Rancher. Enjoy. Anthony.
All right, that is Nikki. That is Chris. That is a pot full of pasta. As
What?
always,
I thought it sounded funny.
as always, take care of your loved ones. Bring your teacher, your parents, secret recipes. And as always, stay full.
The word is Anthony.